This is KC Longley reporting for the Cleveland Stater. I'm here with Abby Lindenmeier, who is a sophomore at Cleveland State University and is majoring in social work. So, Abby, have you ever used the safety escort service that the CSU Police offers?
Yes, I have actually. I work until about 9:30 or 10 at night, so I take it back at home, from work, and especially when it's, really dark outside, or if the weather's pretty bad, I like to take it home.
Mm-hmm. Is it something that you would recommend to a lot of CSU students?
Yeah, actually, I think it's a great service. A lot of students don't know about either, or may not, know all the ins and outs of how it works. So I definitely recommend, or anyone that I see, even if someone else is coming home from work around the same time, I'll, recommend that they take one too.
Okay. Is there a certain situation that really sticks out in your head when you've used the escort service?
Yeah, so I've typically had a pretty good experience, but about 2 weeks ago, I requested an escort. It was about 9:15 or 9:30 at night. I just got off of work, and I called and requested, but they never put in my request. So I was waiting for about 40 to 50 minutes, and they never showed up. So then I called back, and they confirmed that they never actually sent the escort out. I ended up just walking home that night because I needed to, get stuff done. But that was probably the most memorable experience that I have with it.
Is it something that discourages you from using it in the future?
I wouldn't say so. It's definitely one of the negative experiences that I had with it, but I feel like the positives in that situation kind of outweigh the one negative experience that I had.
Okay. So overall, is it something that you are happy CSU offers to students?
Yeah, I would definitely say so. It's great that it's 24/7, 365 days a year. It's like a no questions asked, and it's free. So that's what I really love about it. I know a lot of other campuses don't have this particular service, and I feel like it's pretty easy to order one. And yeah, I feel like it's, definitely promotes the safety, especially being at downtown Cleveland.
Yeah, absolutely. And then kind of the last question would be, do you think that overall all the escorts that you've had whenever you've used it, that they're all kind of trained the same way? Do you feel that everybody's respectful when they use it? When they're helping students go back and forth from places? Have you ever been asked anything inappropriate?
No, I definitely would say that I've had a positive experience with the people in the, I specifically take the driving escort, so the people in the cars are, pretty respectful, whether it be a police officer or a security officer or a student, driving. I feel like I've always had a good experience.
Okay, cool. In addition to speaking with Abby Lindenmeier about her personal experience with the safety escort service, I also had the chance to speak with Captain Scott Secor of the CSU Police Department. I asked him a couple questions about the process and what safety escort officers are trained to do. So when it comes to the perimeter that escorts are permitted to pick up and drop off students from, when it comes to eastbound, they can go as far as East 36th, westbound as far as East 12th, northbound as far as Superior Avenue, and southbound, they provide escorts up and around the lots on Carnegie Avenue, according to Captain Secor. When it comes to how the safety escorts are trained before they start driving students around, they have to go through a driving history check that's completed by the CSU Police Department. And then that happens before they're even considered for employment. Once employed, the CSUs, according to Scott Secor, begin a field training program in which they learn what their responsibilities are while they are on duty and how to interact with the CSU community in a positive and professional manner. Towards the end of their training and before working on their own, CSOs will ride with the CSU security supervisor who will evaluate their knowledge of the training they have received. Captain Secor also mentioned that the feedback CSU PD receives from students on the escort service generally is very positive. When it comes to the fall semester of 2017 to the now partial fall semester of 2018, the numbers have gone up a lot. In fall 2017, their number of escorts that they used were 2,663. And now, so far throughout the fall semester of 2018, their numbers are 4,739. Lastly, when it comes to how far students can be picked up outside of the perimeter, according to Captain Secor, his response is that non-traditional requests for safety escorts that are not within the normal boundaries will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. He says, for example, some students take classes and participate in internships at St. Vincent Charity Hospital. In these cases, we will provide a safety escort to and from the hospital due to the close proximity of St. Vincent Charity Hospital and CSU. So some of these responses from him, I provided his word-for-word response, and I'm very grateful for him for taking the time to give me some answers to help out with this podcast. This has been KC Longley for the Cleveland Stater reporting on the safety escort service that the CSU PD offers to students on CSU's campus. I've spoken with Captain Scott Secor, and I'm grateful to him and Abby Lindenmeier for giving me the time for this podcast.